developed in Turkey, and I think Turkish people are very customer oriented, very customer focused, have excellent relation and communication specifications. But we should develop our corporate cultures also. We should develop a unique culture all over Turkey also. On the other hand, there are some very different things. That slogan is very important for marketing also. In Turkey, I have some slogans in my mind, but I want to just give some global examples. For example, we all know the HP slogan, invent, or Apple, think different, Xerox, the document company. So they have very, very unique slogans that we just do not see, but we have in our minds. And for example, there was a very big disaster with Philips. For example, about 10 or 14 years ago, they just launched a new slogan, and it was from sand to chips. They were telling that the chips were made of sand, but they were converting sand into chips. But it has nothing to do with the consumer.
Nothing.
And then they changed it, and they said that Philips invents for you. So what? It was a failure again, and at last they found something new, sense and simplicity. So now we all know sense and simplicity everywhere. So slogan is very important also.
Yeah, I think it's what sticks in your mind. I mean, when you say something like "just do it," for me is one of the things. You know, you can't say the sentence without thinking of Nike anymore.
Of course. And one other very important thing is that in our daily life, for example, we are now in 2010 and everything has changed. We have global companies, we have very big local companies, but in Turkey, it's not always eager to be just a company, just act for earning money, just earning for profit. So you should create some value for the environment. You should create some value for the society also. So now I think it's time for all the companies to be a hybrid company. When I mean hybrid company, I want to mean that the companies should also create value to the environment, to the society, while they are earning profits. And they can do this just by ameliorating their supply chains, just by approaching the projects on greenfield projects. And I think instead of having an image, having a perception of they're cutting the trees, they're just ruining the environment, and companies can serve for the government, serve for the people, serve for the society. That's a new problem. Not also the companies, also the leader of the companies should also serve for the employees also. And I think in our next decade, we will be talking too much about this.
So yeah, I think with what the world is caring about from day to day, we're caring about the environment now. Yeah, that has to kind of be implemented in your vision too. What about how you launch a big project or a brand? Is there a good way to do that that's very effective?
Well, when you launch a good product, for example, you must be thinking of it in from every angle. And it's not easy to launch a product. We see many launches, but we don't see global Turkish brands. For example, according to Interbrand classification, we don't see any Turkish brand in the top 100. The most valuable brand of the world is Coca-Cola, then comes IBM, then comes Apple, then comes Microsoft, Google, and then we see Louis Vuitton even, but we don't see Turkish brands. And so that's why I'm very sorry about it. I think Turkey has to learn marketing, and we have a marketing wizard. It's called United States, and there are many different things that we can learn from them. They launch many companies, they make market researches, but in Turkey, for example, when you want to make a market research, they say it's a big cost. It's a big cost, but market research just gives you the data of the consumer, and the consumer and end user is the person who are buying your product. So that's very important.
Well, do you guess that in the near future we might have some brands that are going a little bit? I think the closest we've seen maybe one of them is Mavi jeans.
Yes.
A little bit, I guess.
We don't know. We will just look at the Interbrand results and we will interpret it according to it. But there is one brand that I'm very fond of, and it's called Pegasus Airlines. You know, because the company has been just in the market for about 20 years, I think, and in their first 15 years, they could carry only 15 million customers. But when the company was acquired by Ali Sabancı, in their first year, they were about to carry 26 million. And people were afraid that if an aircraft can land to the Sabiha Gökçen airport, and he chose the airport first. But then it brought him that all the Pegasus airlines just take off in the exact time. So Pegasus is a very good example of branding and a very successful brand, I think. But we have such brands also. For example, Ülker, they bought Godiva, they acquired Godiva, and I think they may be a multinational brand. And I think we will see many different brands in future, but I hope we will be more successful. We will more focus on marketing and long-term strategic issues.
So in the near future, it seems we're going in the right direction as Turkey.
We're going, but we don't have the eligible personnel yet. We don't want to, how can I say, specify our organizations. We don't want to create new positions, new jobs. We don't want to assign new headcounts. We don't want to spend more money for people. But if you don't invest in people, then you cannot get know-how. For example, I want to give Disney example, if I'm not just crossing my time. Okay, Disney, we know that they're a film studio, but actually when you see that, they're about a 100-year company, and on the other hand, they're now giving trainings on team building, know-how sharing. So it's not only Disneyland, Euro Disney, or film companies or Pixar. It's something that gives education, training, that sells something know-how. So it's a how can I say, period of accumulation and experience that they share.
Exactly, which is very, very valuable, I think.
Yes, very, very valuable.
Well, thank you for all your valuable information that you've given us today.
I thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. And that brings us to the end of our show today. I'm Michal Bardavid. Stay tuned on 6 News.